Let's welcome a legend, a guy we all grew up watching.
25 years ago.
He's here. It's like you know him,
There
right?
he is.
Patrick Renna.
Hey.
What's up, man? How are you? Welcome
Good.
to the
Thanks,
show,
guys.
man.
Thank you.
We got to catch you up. We're reminiscing. We're going to be reminiscing with you.
Let's
We're
do
talking
it.
about Rich made brownies yesterday.
Yeah.
You heard this?
I was listening out there. Yeah.
Okay, good. And it's
3
like
minutes a
the,
box.
The
you know.
biggest.
It's
3
nothing.
minutes.
Yeah, it's nothing. Come on, it's
nothing.
ridiculous.
But we're dad now. Congratulations.
I am. Which one? Who's your dad?
We're both dads.
Oh, but one of you has a baby, right?
But you and I,
Okay.
both born in '79,
Yeah.
and both have our kids.
89.
Oh, you're 89?
No, I'm just kidding.
Damn, I'm fucking old.
Yeah.
But we both have a kid. My daughter was born in May.
Okay, yeah. My son is born in April, so he's about to have his first birthday.
So you're going through the same exact thing.
Same. Well,
Like,
you said
yeah.
music class. I was listening on the way over, and we're doing music class.
Oh,
so,
Jesus.
yeah,
That's
right?
a whole conversation in itself because I can't imagine you being in a music class and not everyone's staring like, that's fucking the great Ambino.
Yeah, my wife takes him to the music class. I might drop him off and go get a coffee or something. But you know.
Oh, man. When you look back, I bet, because your parents, they actually moved you to Los Angeles.
Yeah, yeah.
Our parents took us to the local fucking park, and it was a big deal.
Yeah.
So,
But
I don't
do
know.
you remember some of these things that you thought were probably a bigger deal than they were?
Like back in the day.
Back in the day, like we were talking about when someone got a new bike in town, that was a big deal. But when you really think about it, someone's parents bought a $100 bike. Like,
Sure.
What is big? You went out after a school concert or a little league game. You went to get ice cream, and you thought that was magical.
Yeah, it's true. But I experienced those things because I'm from Boston and I lived there till I was 13. So I had a somewhat normal upbringing.
Right, and you can still remember that, I'm
Yeah.
sure, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Because, we're going to talk more about it, but you were 14 when you did the Sandlot,
yeah,
right?
I think I was 13 and it came out when I was 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
But Patrick Renna's here, and I'm real excited to see him, and we're happy for you. You've been doing it for a long time. You probably get this all the time, but it must be like everyone sort of feels like they know you when they really don't know you.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Right?
yeah. I think, though, there's a part of me that they know.
Yeah,
you know?
there's a part of you. Big part of you.
And so it's great, though, because it's a conversation starter. And, anywhere you walk in, you start off on the right foot. So
I'm amazed that you're killing me smalls.
yeah, crazy, huh?
I mean, I wonder, I always wondered if something like that is eye-rolling to you, or do you embrace it completely? I'm talking, you go to Target or Walmart, and it's like the generic graphic tee.
I know.
That's around the world. Do you get any kickback on that?
I don't know. Maybe I will.
you
We're going
did-
to look into it, us three.
Because I mean, no
He's
joke.
got lawyers.
Every,
Yeah,
every time
Let me get back to you
every
on
time there's a table of graphic T-shirts that have
Yeah.
to do with movies or bands or anything, there's always the "You're Killing Me" Smalls T-shirt.
Yeah, well, it's also funny because the movie, when it came out, was pretty popular, and then it had a nice run of success. But within the last 10 years, or even 5 years, it's kind of resurfaced and gone to the next level because Urban Outfitters started those T-shirts, and that was about 5-6 years ago. So I didn't realize what this movie meant to people until the last 5-10 years. You
Yeah.
know? So it's not. I haven't lived with it for 25 like that.
You can't even really put your finger on it, or maybe you can because you're so connected to it. But to capture that magic, I'm sure none of you thought that it was going to be as big as it turned out to be. And I was a little older. I was already, scamming chicks and dating. I was a little bit older when it came out, and even I was able to, recognize, wow, this movie was so special. Like this is one of the great ones. This is a great movie. So how did it all happen? You moved to LA when you were a little kid, right?
Yeah.
To do acting. Were you doing commercials and stuff like that leading up to this, or was this your first big thing?
First big thing.
No way.
I mean, like I said, I lived a pretty normal childhood. I think I did some print stuff in Boston, but I moved out here. My mom moved out for some sort of job and knew I wanted to act, brought me out with her, and it was basically my first audition too. And I was the last one cast, and they were flipping parts around, and they needed to cast it, so I kind of came in right at the end, and it was crazy.
Were you a funny kid? Like in your group? Because I'm guessing you're probably a little wise guy from Boston.
Yeah.
Right? And they're
Yeah.
like, oh, this kid. In the beginning with it, did you see the look on the director's face? Like, oh, this is gonna work. This little wise ass is gonna be.
Yeah, I could tell he liked me.
he looks like
we
a
got
wise
on
ass.
well. Yeah. In Boston, I was just a little shit. In LA, there was something special because I brought in Boston. Come on, they're like, what an asshole.
Yeah, that's funny as hell.
Yeah.
That's great. So man, you must have been like, holy shit, I got this part,
Yeah.
and you're there, and as a little kid, you seem to have all this crazy sort of confidence about you. Was that real or was that acting?
I think that's a little. I mean, listen, I'm not that confident, but is anyone?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know,
some people are, but it's annoying. I don't know that I'm that. But again, I took growing up on the East Coast. I think helped me with that, and coming out here, and a little in your face, a little brash, and I
gave you that attitude a little bit.
Yeah, and then
play the
also,
Gambino.
honestly, the director probably brought a lot of it out in me.
Right. 25 years ago, again, we're talking Sandlot. Patrick Renna is here. He played Hamilton, Ham Porter, on the show.
When you think of this, movie, you got to think of, like you said, when the total product together is magical.
Yeah.
When you're filming it, do you even get that sense? I know you're a kid, so you don't really, you don't have that mindset that an adult would have.
We thought brownies were a big deal. You know? So our perception's off. We don't know anything.
Because you put in, the voiceover from, what's his face?
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones. You get James Earl Jones voicing it over. The soundtrack has the emotional music. When it's all put together, you must have been like, "Holy shit! Look at this! This when put together, this is pretty awesome."
Yeah, James Earl Jones. We were just stoked because there was the voice of Darth Vader. But again, you don't even appreciate who he really is when you're 13 because this guy is one of the greatest actors of all time, and you don't know that.
Yeah,
you just know, oh, Darth Vader's here. You know
what I found interesting about that too is that we saw somewhere that you only worked with him for one day. So here's
I barely met the guy.
Yeah, you barely meet the guy. You work one day with him,
but yet you live on together somehow through this thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you're cemented together forever.
It's very strange. Same thing with Marley Shelton, the lifeguard, Wendy Peppercorn. One day. I mean, the story of that is the director pulls all of us aside before she comes on and goes, "Listen, you guys, don't you fucking even talk to her. Don't look at her. I know you 9. Right. You dirty little guy. Just read us the riot act." And there she is, this gorgeous girl, and we're all, jaws dropping. And then Sean Celia party squints, kisses her, and she's gone.
Right.
But we've lived with her for 25 years. I mean, I don't even know if I saw her. I wonder if we'd say hi. It's been, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So how do you sort of wrap your head around that? Yeah, let's reminisce and hear some of the scenes.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, one of the most classic scenes. Yeah, you might not. You're right.
I mean, I would see her and go, "I remember you. Do you remember me?"
But you guys all had a crush on her the same way.
Of course. But she didn't have a crush on us. So
who are your other crush? Like I said, we were around the same age. Was it Alyssa Milano?
Yes.
Was it
Nicole
Kelly?
Eggert? Remember Nicole Eggert?
Oh, yeah. I knew you were going to say that one for sure.
Well, she resurfaced lately.
Her resurfacing wasn't awesome.
No.
But on Charles in Charge,
yeah,
I thought she was the hottest thing
Me
ever
too.
when I was a kid.
Oh my God, I was in love with her. I mean, there's so many.
Kelly Kapowski on Saved by the Bell.
Oh, yeah. She was in Son-in-Law.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that.
Well, when she did this lay down scene in the barn with one of the other guy, her boyfriend on the thing. She knew. I mean, I was 14 now, and of course, she knew I had a huge crush on her, and she just loved it. And was the sweetest person. And she laid down and waved at me to come over, and I just pissed my pants and ran out, and that was it.
Are you sure it was piss?
Yeah, it was a little early. I was 14. Okay. I don't know,
That's funny.
But touche.
Right. Patrick Renna is here on the show. We're gonna get to Son-in-Law, but talking Sandlot. People remember you as a kid, as a 14-year-old kid all the time. Now you're a dad.
Yeah.
Right? So does that sort of freak people out sometimes? Or how is it for you in your perception to be always remembered as that kid? None of us are remembered for being that kid.
Yeah.
You were that kid.
I guess it does. It's funny when I hadn't seen the other 8 or other 7. Mike Vitar didn't make it because he's a firefighter now and doesn't.
Right, Benny the Jet.
He he's doing his thing. Family. I think 3 girls, and
He had no interest, huh?
No, for him, I think he's just gone in such a different path that he's just, and he has 3 daughters, 2 or 3 daughters. So it's him and all his girls. So I think he's probably just protecting the family, and with
doing
him
his
too,
own
he was
thing.
the heartthrob. So
Yeah.
I get "you're killing me" Smalls. He gets you're so hot. I didn't get that.
Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
Yeah.
You guys have been doing a lot of promotion. He's the one that's not there. But
so
you're
I
saying
hadn't
it's not
seen.
it's not like he's too cool. It's just he's doing his own thing.
Yeah. I respect it.
Okay.
But I hadn't seen all 8 until this last week, and that was nostalgic for me. That was the first time I had that nostalgia. But everyone, other people have it, but for me, it hasn't been that way till now.
Right. Was that sort of weird seeing how everyone aged differently?
How you feel? You holding up? You look good, right?
Oh,
I mean,
thank
compared
you.
to the
Yeah.
it's like where like I said, did you go to your 20-year high school reunion?
No,
Because I mean, when you go to reunions, you got to be honest. You're looking around
his reunion.
Yeah,
This is.
You're looking around like, how's everyone holding up?
Yeah, I know. The cool thing is they're all great, and I think they're all holding up well, and some people are doing different things, and but it was that a little bit,
right?
I think high school reunions are different because there's guys and girls though.
So did you guys talk about like what it's been like having to live with the movie all these years with your other castmates? Like, do you get this all the time? Was there some sort of relatable thing you talked about?
I think for me it's a little different because I sort of still look the same. I look very similar, so it's a little different, I think, for me. And they say it a lot, so.
That's true. I wouldn't. You know what? I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, Squints doesn't go around with he doesn't go around with a backwards hat and glasses.
Right. Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
You could be Squints.
Exactly. I could put on glasses and backwards hat and be like, hey, guess what? Reunion, Squints.
I was Squints. Right.
But when we were at Angel Stadium and we were handing things out, and then when people see us together, they start they start freaking out a little bit.
That's cool, man.
It's pretty amazing. I heard that one of the most famous scenes in any kids sports movie of all time is the insults back and forth.
Yes.
Was there Rich, was it a kids movie though? Or is that a misconception?
I feel like a little bit of both.
Yeah, I feel like it's
I think you're right though.
Because I think adults watch it and
that's why it's so popular.
It's nostalgic.
You know why?
Even a kid, even an adult will love that movie.
I throw it in the category of movies that you could say are kids movies but adults would love, like a Goonies or Back to the Future.
Goonies is my Sandlot.
Yeah, like
is it? Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Now, is it crazy that while you do appreciate it, you were in it, that the Sandlot to so many people is their Goonies?
It blows my mind.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, and it doesn't cease to amaze me. Like, never cease to amaze me.
It's in that category.
The craziest thing that you've been experiencing more than ever on this promotional sort of tour is the fact that a lot of the MLB players now, that was their shit growing up.
Well, I'll tell you, it's pretty trippy, too, when you see these guys. Number one, they're all huge. And number two, they're all younger than me. Yet they, I look at Kobe Bryant and he's my age. Tiger Woods, these guys are larger than life.
Doesn't it sadden you when they talk about a player being way old and you're like, yo, they're my age?
Yeah. Of course, yes.
They were talking about. I'm a Mets fan.
Shut their mouth.
I'm a Mets fan, and you're familiar with Adrian Gonzalez, being that you're a Boston fan, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But they're like, yo, Adrian Gonzalez, he's giving it one last shot. He's 35. Like,
I know.
Like he's an old man.
Right.
It's crazy.
And all these guys grew up loving and quoting, I'm sure, the great Hambino. But you said the insults, the famous scene.
The insult scene.
Yes.
Scripted, improv, a mix of both. What was the story behind that?
This is scripted, 100%. However, the director came to my dressing room that morning, knocked on my door, and said, here's the scenes for the day. You're going to be doing this scene now. This was originally written for Benny. Oh. So you switch Benny and me, and he was supposed to defend. But he had become, even through the filming, such like a sweet, heartwarming, I don't know.
Isn't it funny how the little changes like that?
Yeah. Change the whole course of the movie.
But it makes so much sense now. You can't imagine Benny the Jet going back and forth with these silly insults, but your character, of course, you want to play the classic scene here? Go ahead.
This kid's great too.
You ain't good enough to lick the dirt off our cleats.
He's awesome.
Watch it, jerk. Shut up, idiot. Moron. Scab eater. Butt sniffer. Pus licker. Fart smeller. You eat dog crap for breakfast, geek. You mix your weeds with your mama's toe jam. Yeah! You bob for apples in the toilet, and you like it. You play ball like a girl.
Oh, shit.
That's the best. You know what's crazy? You guys are kids and you're so great.
What'd you say?
I love it.
You heard me. Tomorrow. Noon. At our field. Get the buffalo butt breath. Count on it, pee-drinking crap face. Yeah!
Pee-drinking crap face.
Yeah,
Write that down. That's an insult.
Yeah.
Insult I don't use enough.
That's yeah. Do you remember all of them? I guess, right?
I remember them, but then the scene after that is the one that wasn't scripted. When we're playing them.
Yeah.
And I'm talking trash behind home plate.
Oh, yeah.
That was improv, but that was improv from the director. So he had a bullhorn behind the dugout, and he was just yelling lines at me. And
That's cool.
you know, hey, tell him to shave his butt and teach him to walk backwards or whatever it is. And you know, he would yell the line, I'd crack up for a second, and then I'd deliver it. So that was the improv.
And it proves how talented these guys were when they were kids and how great they were at it. You see these big leaguers try to reenact these scenes, and it's such an honor. I would imagine it's so cool.
The Brewers did it recently,
but you see how terrible actors they are. And you're like, wow, these kids are really great when they did that. Now, I don't want to get too weird on us because we're having a fun discussion here. But one of your most famous lines is "You play ball like a girl."
It is.
In today's world, is that like, I don't know if that would fly today?
No,
really?
We did an interview and they asked us, and we all laughed and said, "Would it still be in the movie?" And we said, "Not if you want to make any money. No way."
Right. You know what I mean? Like for some reason that one wouldn't fly in today's world. And then, it's weird because most people wouldn't even really bat an eye at it. They're like, okay, whatever.
I mean, I think back then when it was said, it was not, whatever. I think it was even ridiculous then. I like to think that was the intention behind it.
Right.
Even it was so stupid then. It wasn't like, I don't think we took ourselves seriously because you even hear the music goes out and it's like, oh, really? That's the worst insult? You just called him a pee-drinking crap face.
Right.
So I feel like that's why you get away with it a little bit, but no, not in this day and age.
That's the one,
Is it nuts to you that at one point your son could love this movie and you're in it?
Yeah.
Like, there's going to come a time where him and his buddies like, we're watching Sandlot.
Yeah.
And like, Dad's in it.
Yeah. That is a little weird. We'll see.
Because every little boy at one point watched that movie with his buddies.
Yeah, totally.
Now, you've also done a lot of stuff. You're still making stuff. We're going to talk about that, too. Again, Patrick Renna's here.
Yeah, Glow, right? You're part of Glow.
Yeah.
And we love season 1.
Me too. When I got season 2, I binge watched it with my wife. It's so fantastic.
Who's the girl that we saw here, Spot, that I loved? Machu Picchu?
Machu Picchu.
Oh, yes.
She's like the sweetest woman of all time.
Yes, she is. Brittany Young, right?
Yeah, she is so nice.
Yeah, she one of the nicest on set, too.
Now,
so welcoming.
When you go onto a set, are the other actors also asking you the same ridiculous questions we're asking you because they're such big fans of the movie?
Well, I'll tell you, Glow was a great experience. I filmed a movie and I've known Jackie Tone, who plays Melrose, for a long time, so I already had an in. But these girls were all so incredibly welcoming, and they had all seen Sandlot.
Of course.
But again, that breaks the ice because when you go and guest on a, you do a couple episodes on a show, sometimes it can, you're in their territory. But they just, it was great because of Sandlot. We were all buddies, fast friends, and it was great.
Right.
After Sandlot, you do Son-in-Law.
Yeah.
With Pauly Shore. And by the way, I saw sad news. Pauly Shore's mother passed
I know.
away.
I just saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. She famously runs the comedy store and everything.
Do you reach out in a weird way, or is that so long ago it's odd?
Well, here's the thing. No, Pauly and I actually talk once in a while.
That's cool.
And I see him. I didn't know his mother, though. So I thought to myself, should I reach out? But so many people are. And that was a bit right before my generation, I think.
Right.
Because he's a little older than me. But I should reach out. And, he obviously is going through a tough time. And
he was cool with you when you were a kid?
Oh, he was like a big brother.
That's awesome.
He was like a big brother.
I read something. He taught you a lot about girls. And
he did.
Shit, right?
He taught me how to one-hand unbutton jeans. Yeah, it was
the
incredible.
weasel.
Come on. What,
you learned your moves from the weasel.
Yeah, he did. He had his run with women for sure. Pauly Shore,
of course,
absolutely. I know we're going to talk about Son-in-Law and the new stuff and Glow, but since we brought it up, did the Sandlot and all this stuff, did that help in the woman department? Like you said, icebreaker, but even in that department too, did Ham cash in?
Yeah, was it like a novelty bragging right for some girl to hook up with you?
Here's the I've been married for 12 years, so
right, okay,
so it hasn't in that. In my early 20s,
time.
it was nice, though. It was
right, dude.
a nice
I imagine
icebreaker.
In your early 20s, you walk into a party or a college party or a LA party, whatever. You're the fucking guy, right?
It was fun. Yeah. I mean, I was kind of I was a little bit of a scaredy cat on that stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wasn't the suave,
Dude, I picture him pushing his sleeves up.
That was the one area I was not him.
Oh, really? Wow, that's funny.
When you think of the perks that come along with, being part of, successful, popular things, are you even a big ball fan? Do you a baseball fan or no?
Yeah, I am.
You throwing out first pitches and doing things like that, just taking advantage of the opportunities?
Yeah, I'm a baseball fan. I'm a big sports fan. I honestly am more of a football basketball fan. But
Ready for the NBA playoffs?
I'm so excited. I hate when people get hurt though. That always bums me out.
When people get hurt, it throws off the whole.
Yeah, like Kyrie. He's
terrible.
so
It's not
great,
yeah,
and and even Haywood.
Yeah, it does. It throws off.
Everything.
And Steph's out, and when's he coming back? So that bums me out.
right now, in round one, it's Warriors Spurs.
Yeah.
But you don't have Kawhi Leonard and you don't have Steph Curry, so it's like,
I know.
Wouldn't you love to just have all the stars in there?
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, KD is great. And we joked on the other interview, I'm his Twitter avatar.
Oh, that's
Can
right.
you believe it?
That's
I can't wait. I
hysterical.
know. That is one guy I want to meet.
That's
So
right.
I'm
That's so glad
plugging
you brought
it.
that up.
I'm saying, bring me to the finals. KD will be a good luck charm.
I want you guys to listen back to this. Did you hear? Kevin Durant's Twitter avatar is Patrick. It's him, as Ham.
Pointing, yeah.
That's him pointing.
I couldn't believe
So
it.
you
when I saw it.
are Kevin Durant.
I am.
So let's just say hypothetically you go to a game.
Yeah.
Right? Is there a part of you who's like, I wonder if he's gonna recognize me and see me point and call
I mean,
me out?
with him, I would assume he would because I'm his.
Right.
But
Yeah.
sure, I mean,
How cool is that? Though?
it's so cool. That blew my mind. That one blew my mind.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Basically you are Kevin Durant according to Twitter. and
Basically, I am Kevin Durant.
that's hysterical,
I
man.
know.
Hey, have you ever put on that
Well,
outfit
hold on.
again?
I was going to say
That-
that striped shirt, is that somewhere like in a memory box or is
Probably.
that like,
I don't have it. They're doing at the Louisville Slugger. They're doing like a museum, and they have a bunch of the old stuff in it. So maybe the director kept that. But
Now, I don't know if this already happened or if I'm ruining a secret or anything, so forgive me or whatever, but it's like a Jimmy Fallon. He seems to be the type of guy. Is he the type of guy that wants to get you guys together? Now, are we going to see you in this again where, celebrating 25 years?
I like in this outfit.
Yeah, like in this
I mean, I don't. I guess if the price is right, I'll put it on.
Right, why not? Why not? But that would be great.
It would.
Like Jimmy Fallon
is the
Yeah.
type that, yeah, because
is
he
the
does
type
all
to,
that.
say, to have you out there, come
Yeah.
out there with the bat, with
Yeah.
the outfit, and
Yeah.
and I think it's really cool that you embrace it. There's a lot of people that don't want to talk about the stuff but this movie was so big.
Yeah, and that's the thing. In the last 5-10 years, it's gotten so big that how can you not?
Right.
Now,
in between that time though, did it sort of work against you because you were so synonymous with Ham?
I don't know. I guess I try and look at everything glass half full. So,
Which is great.
I mean, your
Yeah.
IMDb appears that you've been acting, you've steady
Yeah.
work, so it's not like it's.
I don't think it hurt. I think it helps. I think
helps.
sometimes
Awesome.
it probably hurts because people go, "Oh, I know him," and maybe I don't get an opportunity because they have a conception already. But generally, I think it helps.
Your wife get a kick out of all this?
Yeah, she's pretty chill, and she does. She also has breastfeeding a 1-year-old still, so
Yeah.
she doesn't have much time for anything.
Right, exactly.
What's you watching Sesame Street? Because that shit stands the test of time.
But yeah, that was very early on.
But that's
and
when you
now
use
he's Moana.
Oh, Moana.
I want to thank
Ah.
Dwayne Johnson not for everything that he's done, but
You're
just for
welcome.
that one performance. He is my hero.
You gotta. That's where you use your fame.
yeah, you're gonna
to
get
your
a voice. You
advantage.
gotta get a voice in one of these movies.
Voice
That's
one of these
right.
movies, or
Cash
like
in.
he mentioned Sesame Street. They incorporate
Everything.
actors and celebrities in these little songs all the time.
That's right.
That'll blow your kid's mind.
Yeah, there
'Cause
you
he's not
go.
gonna care about the Sandlot,
No,
for a few years.
Well, when he's 3 watching Sesame Street.
Right, that's the shit.
Yeah, now you're talking. Yo, when you were filming, one last question about Sandlot, because I do want to talk about Glow for a second.
Yeah.
You guys all snuck out to see Basic Instinct. Is that a fun fact?
Yeah, I mean,
I see that pop up on like fun facts about the
because
cast. Like,
Marty, the guy who plays Yeah, likes to just say it in every interview, and we gotta shut him up. He's got this great story about James Earl Jones too that he never talks about. He walked on and said, "Sir, are you Darth Vader?" And James Earl Jones looked at him and said, "I am your father." And that,
never
but it
is
leads
that.
with we snuck into Basic Instinct.
Right.
Apparently we did. I vividly remember. I don't vividly remember it, but
Apparently it happened.
apparently I'm not going to deny it. I'm sure
right.
we did.
let's keep in mind one thing before we talk about Glow. We're talking 42 days of your life on the set of a movie.
Yeah.
It's just the topic of conversation for the next 25 years of your life. So keep in mind, 42 days. We're
Put
talking
that
about
in
a month.
perspective.
We're
It's
talking
a
about
summer. It's one summer.
It's not even.
Yeah.
It's a month and a half, and the success, of course, has provided great things. But it's something you're talking the rest of your life about something that happened in 42 days.
It's true. It's true. I mean, it was a little longer because we did some baseball camp before, but tops 2 months.
I got to commend your attitude on it. For people that heard our best of just this past week, we had a day off. I was bitching about how people can never see past the fact that I used to drive the radio station van sometimes. Like, hey man, I've been doing this fucking 20 years.
Yeah.
These guys still think I drive the van.
Yeah.
You know, people still must treat you in a weird way, like you're 14 years old. Like, yo, dude, I'm a grown man.
99 out of 100 times, though, it's great.
It's great. It's
yeah,
great feedback.
Obviously, there's, some interesting times out there, but most of the time it is an icebreaker, and it's cool.
I'm excited to see you on Glow because the show's terrific.
Yeah.
And
you play a super fan, right?
Well, yeah, and Ham became a wrestler at the end of Sandlot, and now I'm on a wrestling show.
That's
Come
right.
on.
That's
what are the
right.
odds?
I totally forgot about that.
You play a character, Cupcake.
Yeah.
Who is a Glow super fan,
Yeah.
and if you watch Glow season 1, it was fantastic. So it's gonna be cool
good.
to see you in that, man. And honestly, Netflix, what a cool platform.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I produced and directed a movie a couple years ago that's on Netflix as well, and that was what Jackie Tone was in. And then so to get on a show that's on Netflix, it's great. I mean, it's the best these days.
Wow, man, is that how it all sort of worked out for you? Is that how you got involved with the Netflix stuff?
No, I mean, I don't think they're connected necessarily, but they're. It just worked out that way.
Well, yeah, it's a great, I guess, team and train to be on.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Oh yeah. It was, and that show is just so great. It's so funny, and the girls are so talented, and Mark Maron and a couple of of the other guys. But what a show,
guys! Hit him up at Patrick Renna on Twitter and Instagram. Look out for Glow season 3. Where you living now, man?
I live in Los Feliz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
just
you're
in
out
Los
here,
Angeles,
and he's still doing it, guys, and we're really happy for you, man. 25 years later.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
No, it's amazing.
That I can't
25 years later, the movie was released April 7th, 93.
And you know what, man?
And you
I
look
know
terrific.
I know you don't want to say it, but I'll say it. When I look back at the movie, you're the fucking star of the movie, dude.
Oh, well,
right?
thank you.
Nah? I mean, you got the most memorable lines, the most quotable guy in the cast. You're the scene stealer.
There you go.
As they say in the barrio.
The
Scene
scene stealer.
He stole the lines
That's what it
from
was.
Benny the Jet, dude.
At Patrick Renna, if you want to say what's up and thank him for being on the show. Sandlot 25-year anniversary, and we look forward to seeing you on Glow, man.
Yeah, it'll
it's
be
gonna be
fun.
fun.
All right.
Patrick
Thanks,
Renna,
guys.
everybody. More Covino and Rich next.